what is the underlayment that I might need for my wood floor. So today I've brought Evan, my husband, and the inventor of Stellar Floors in to discuss different types of underlayment and their advantages. If you like content like this, go ahead and like and hit subscribe, and we'll keep talking about hardwood floors. It feels to me like every week we're dealing with a new kind of underlayment that our customers are bringing to us. It's like a foam company went crazy and just named everything they make underlayment. One of the basics, like what is underlayment and what is its primary purpose?
So first of all, underlayment is a barrier between your finished wood product, like your flooring, and your structural surface, like your subfloor or your slab-on-grade concrete. So you have that barrier there to prevent the influx of something like moisture getting in and under your floor where it might mess up that finished product.
Okay, so are we talking about like standing water, flooded basements kind of thing?
No, if you have a serious moisture problem, stop before you ever think about putting a floor over top of that. Go figure out how to mitigate that moisture problem. And then after that's fixed, start looking at installing this flooring surface.
Okay, so any kind of flooring project, you should be testing your concrete or your environment just to make sure there's not excess moisture going on that we're hiding under the underlayment.
Right.
Got it. So a lot of folks are curious, like, why is foam everywhere? Why do people want these foam underlayments? What is that for?
So the development of the foam underlayments really came around with the ultra thin flooring materials like your LVPs and your super thin engineered products, because whenever people would walk on them, it wouldn't absorb that feeling of the concrete underneath it. You get this hard, rigid feeling and it doesn't feel good to stand on it. So they started to put foams underneath it to make that whole system more squishy. With something like a wood product, you do not need a foam squishy underlayment. It actually probably will negatively impact the feel of that floor because you want that traditional solid nailed down feel when you have a hardwood product.
So does the foam at all help you with leveling your subfloor?
No flooring product fixes subfloor problems. It's best to use something like a liquid leveler. Take the time, check your subfloor for flatness, and then level those low spots.
Well, and I'm sort of notorious too for avoiding remediating the subfloor. And I really do regret that because once I learned that it's so easy to use liquid leveler, it's sort of like level 2, it's like second grade Home Depot level stuff. So if you feel like you can approach a project with grouting tile, you can definitely handle liquid leveler. We have a blog post about it. And it's well worth doing if you're buying a really nice hardwood floor, you should level your floor. It's well worth it. It's so easy, and the return on investment is super high. 99% of the time, we're recommending just 6 mil polyethylene as a simple, moisture barrier, making sure we're not trapping any moisture or excess moisture down beneath. For our floors, for our hardwood floors that, sort of float above the surface of the floor. We do have of folks who are dealing with HOAs and maybe in high-rise buildings, and they're regulated to have different underlayments. They are required to have underlayments that prevent noise transmission. Yep. So what do you recommend in those scenarios?
So in those scenarios, when you're looking at using a foam or something that's compliant to deaden the noise layer to layer, the best result is going to come from taking and putting that foam down over your subfloor, then putting something solid like OSB over top of that foam, and then installing your floor over top of that. So what that does is it still gives you the nice solid surface and that solid feel of a traditional nailed down floor, but underneath that solid surface, you still have that nice sound deadening barrier there to stop that noise transfer. Exactly.
Great. Well, thank you so much for coming in, and we'll bring you back to ask you more technical questions in the future.